Dear everyone, dear Nigerians, I've been following the events. Unfortunately, not able to join, but what we can do, we have to do. Uh, I stumbled on a news that made me want to put in my voice to some of the ongoing issues around the country in Nigeria. And it's a news about that I read on BBC, about the TVC news station fire. And what caught my attention is the fact that they said hoodlums burn television continental office in Lagos. Well, hoodlums. I don't disagree, but I also don't totally agree because where are these hoodlums from? Who are these hoodlums actually? Because the nation or the issue of Nigeria or the issue in Nigeria is beyond the issue of labels, having to label some people hoodlums, because these hoodlums, so to speak, are produced actually by the government. Today they are hoodlums because they're not serving the purpose of the government. But during elections, when they are used, to perpetrate election malpractices, they are not hoodlums at that time. And that prompted me actually to do some little research to read into what I think the definition of hoodlum should be, or it is. And from the dictionary, it says a person who engages in crime and violence, a hooligan or a gangster. There are other words. Look at this definition. It says, I like this one. It says a hoodlum is a thug, usually in a group of misfits who are associated with crime or theft. Now, when I read this prompted me to think that, okay, maybe our leaders actually qualifies for the same word hoodlum. Maybe the Nigerian leaders actually qualify for the same hoodlum, because most of Nigerian leaders are used most as a form of respect for some that are good. But most Nigerian leaders from the time of independence are a group of misfits. Number one, misfits. And they are all also associated with crime and theft, not even or theft, crime and theft. So if this is the actual definition of hoodlums, I say we've been led by hoodlums for years. I say the difference between the hoodlum that we see today or that we label today is actually a difference of violence. Physical violence, maybe because we see them burn down streets, and they actually did not start burning down streets. They did not start burning down houses. They started because you started using gun, you started shooting, you started people that you can persevere. By now I would expect that the IG should have resigned as a show of respect, because it's your constituency that has been attacked in the last couple of weeks. And we still, even if you're not going to resign because you are not ashamed, as any Nigerian or most Nigerians leader would not be, at least sack some people who are in charge of this unit, the leaders of the SARS movement or the SARS department. It's not just about rebranding names. You need to sack some people to show the people that you're reorganizing. You don't just reorganize by just changing name. You reorganize by electing new leaders, providing new structure. So when BBC and the news and everywhere on the TV calls the people that are going about rioting and destroying things because you're killing them, when they start to call them hoodlums, I think our leaders are more of hoodlums than any of those.
And I see a lot of this name calling, but then we forget that the leaders themselves are the main hoodlums, because they are the thieves and the criminals who have been stealing money, committing crime, killing people for political rituals and so many other rituals, in secrecy for years. I mean, what do you want to say about this woman? What's her name? I don't even. What's her name? Desania Lisa. What do you want to say to her? I mean, the government themselves acknowledged that they've recovered over 9.1 billion. See, yeah, the country says it has recovered up to 9.1 billion in stolen funds from hoodlums. Hoodlums that steals funds, because the definition of hoodlums are group of misfits that are into crime and theft. And we see, this woman, only one person, will be giving up $1.153 million in stolen cash. This is not 153 million naira. This is $153 million in stolen cash. Just one person. Now, if we go back into history and we go into researching other leaders, corruption in Nigeria, we will see so many examples of all our leaders stealing money anyhow. There is no regime that comes in and does not embezzle and does not, different crimes. Are we going to talk about Babangida's administration? The records are there. If you read this here, corruption in Nigeria, read it in every leaders in the past, even the current ones. Now, do you remember the time of Obasanjo? Do you remember the time of Yaradua? Yaradua, who was defending Governor James Obori. Look at it, the records are there, defending James Obori and Peter Adili. Now, even the so-called good Lord Jonathan, he sacked Sanusi Lamido because the guy told him $20 billion was missing. And eventually, when he was leaving government, the government themselves, on the eve of their exit, it was discovered that close to 20 billion was indeed missing or misappropriated or spent with that appropriation. $20 billion. We're not talking of nairas here, we're talking of $1 billion. So if we go by the definition of who the real hoodlums are, I think the real hoodlums are actually the leaders. And how do you cannot be hoodlums as a leader and not create hoodlums as followers, as citizens. Unfortunately, it has turned into violence and people are dying now. May the soul of those who have died rest in peace. And may for their sake, may this change, may this year of change come with a lasting impact. May all these not just go in vain. May Nigeria experience a true change. As people demand for what is right, may we have some form of intervention, either divine or whichever way, that will help us bring a lasting change to this Nigeria. It's rather unfortunate. So unfortunate. Well, I'll leave it here for now. But the truth of the matter is, the hoodlums you call, the hoodlums you label on the street, they are better than the hoodlums that are stealing our billions and stealing the billions of dollars, not in naira. And I think we should all rise up and speak against it and stop taking this. For how long are we gonna sit and watch? All of them stealing money in billions. They are the real hoodlums. Thank you.